Mark Howard has been training business owners for over 20 years with online business tools and strategies that help them grow and succeed. If you want to grow your business fast and save time, then keep listening. If you want to grow it even faster in less than 3 months, then visit www.businessmachine.co.za. And now, here's Mark.
So welcome to this episode of the Business Machine podcast, and today I'm interviewing I am interviewing one of the most amazing women I've ever come across, Lydie Livolsi. I hope I've got that right. Let me just introduce you first before we get into it. Let me introduce you, because I think the people listening to my podcast need to get this. You're an entrepreneur. You're a founder and CEO of DentalWig, which we're going to talk about in a minute, dentalwig.com. You're an inventor. You're an EB5 investor. You're a City Gala Ambassador. And on top of all of that, you also run the HNW City Summit, which we're also going to talk about. Lydia, where do you find the time? Are you Superwoman or something? Because how do you manage your time around all these things?
So, hi, Howard, and really thank you so much for having me here today. So I'm Lydie Livolsi. I'm the founder and CEO at mydentalwig.com, which is a Los Angeles-based dental business where we offer opportunity to foreign investors, let's say high-end, high-net-worth investors, the possibility to come to the United States with their spouse, their unmarried children under 21, and get the U.S. green card. And in fact, I created this EB5 offer based on my own experience, where I moved from Paris to Los Angeles as a French investor. So my background is about making teeth. So basically, I can make crowns, bridges, implants, dentures, orthodontics. I can make all types of dental devices. And this is what brought me here in the United States.
Wow. And like I said, you do so much at the moment. How do you manage your time? I just need to know this. Have you got like really good time management skills? How do you do it?
Well, we all have 24 hours, right? And
yes, absolutely.
That life, even sometimes we feel that life is not fair. However, we all have 24 hours. It's about how you manage your life. And the way you manage your life reflects on how you live. So I just do my best to be more productive with my time. That's the bottom line. And I'm a mother, so we know how to juggle the times and take care of the family, take care of kids, and run the business. That's it.
Absolutely. I mean, there's so many female entrepreneurs throughout the world these days, and it's one of the things that I always said, that women are starting to lead the way in business, and not just the way that businesses are run, and not just the ideas, but the concepts as well. You guys are very, very good at this, and I just put it out to yourself. I put it out to a lot of women around the world, and it's for me, it's refreshing, especially because I see a lot of young women starting businesses nowadays, and they see the struggles, and they think it's very much a male-orientated world, but it's changing, and it's changing. It's people like you that's helping it to change, you see, and that's what I love about it. Now, we spoke very quickly about the EB5. How can people get involved with this? I mean, a lot of people are after the magic green card. You know, there's this magic green card. How do investors get involved? What do they need to do?
Yeah, what is the fantastic part of the EB5 is that the U.S. gave the opportunity to high net worth individuals to come to the United States. And basically, those high net worth individuals in their country are already multi-millionaire, because the amount which is required to apply for the EB5 right now in 2020 is $1,800,000 USD. So
yeah.
You have to be entrepreneur already in your country, and the U.S. is giving the opportunity to come and grow your business, to come and have access to the U.S. Customers, which is over 300 million customers. And the way it works, and also get involved with living the American dreams, because at the end of the day, the American dream, you live it here in America, not somewhere else. No matter how wealthy you are in your country, you are not living the American dream. And for some investors, they really want that to happen. And also for their legacy, for their children, they want to have their descendants here in the United States. Can you imagine? We have the First Lady, our current First Lady. She's not from here, America. She came from Europe, and today she's the First Lady. So it's just to explain how important it is, this EB-5. So what I did, when I moved from Paris to here, I had my lawyer and my CPA. And I found that, in fact, it's not enough. And I just realized that there were a gap, a little niche here. There were nothing for people like me dreaming, having that goal, that dream to live the American dream. There were nothing out there. And this is where my entrepreneurial skills just popped up in my mind. I said, you know what? I need to create it. And it's not easy because you need to make sure that your company, I needed to make sure that my company meet the requirement of the USCIS, because this is crucial. And I'm not in the real estate at all. So I needed, because I came in a business model which has nothing to do with the real estate, I was able to set up my company really based on those criteria. So I just use all the tools, all the tech tools out there to make sure that make things very easy, where the foreign investors just go on my website, my Dental Week, my business website, mydentalweek.com, and click on EB-5 and just copy the bank information, read everything, copy the bank information, because international investors, they know about how to send money internationally. So there's my SWIFT code, everything is there. So I made it so easy, because when I came here, I had to travel round trips, Paris, Los Angeles, about 8 times in less than a year, because there were nothing. I have to fly here, look at stuff, look at this, go fly back to Paris, because I have my children, they're going to school, come back here. And now I made it so easy. The investor doesn't have to do all that. I found the EB-5 attorney, the CPA who is used with foreign investors, EB-5 or E2 visa. All my team, it's a team of people who really, they have the skills of EB-5, and my company, the EB-5 investor doesn't even need to be here, because in the price, the $1,800,000, I included everything, hiring the 10 employees, hiring a manager to manage the business here in the United States while the EB-5 is still traveling. You see, I made things really, it's a real peace of mind, direct EB-5 investor visa that I created, and it's available at mydentalweek.com.
What you've touched on, I'm just going to touch on one thing very, very important in any business, is you're hand-holding the people through every part of the process. And you said yourself, I'm making it easy, right? And this is where a lot of business owners don't understand. Unless you hand-hold things through for people, right? People, you've got to have, in business, you need to have trust and you need to have communication, right? You agree with that, yes?
Absolutely. They're crucial.
Yeah. But the next important factor is, if you do not make it easy for people to understand your business and to get from A to B, to get from the inquiry to the sale as easy as possible, right? Those people will never become your customer, right? And you've done it. You've got it. Bang! You've hit it. And what I love, I mean, people are going to be listening to this podcast and they can hear the passion in your voice. I wish they could see the video because, like, your expression, the way you're using your hands, I know you're Italian, but you're using your hands and you're giving this whole, and you can just see the whole passion in you. And when you see that in a business owner, an entrepreneur, you know from that point, from that moment, that entrepreneur is not just passionate about it, but they believe and they know they can deliver the end product, right?
Exactly. And,
Right.
I do the same with my basic product because it's not just I'm selling the EB5. However, the bottom line of the product is the dental wig, So and in the meantime, I made things easy for people with missing teeth because I realized that, in fact, my mission here on this planet is to solve missing teeth in the world. Why? Because I'm the dental manufacturer. So the fundamental of my business is replacing missing teeth. And I made it the same, very easy. So I created a system called Buy One, Smile Forever, which is a program, it's a membership where when people, they sign up for that membership, we will ship to them the electric toothbrush, mouthwash. Toothbrush is every three months. We will go to the house and replace, get the impressions, go back to the lab, go back to the house, try out, go back to the lab, make the dental wig, come back to the home, deliver it, and adjust it if needed, go back, and if they need extra adjustment, they'll just give a phone call. We will go back and adjust everything. So it includes the replacement of the missing teeth every 3 years, because at the end of the day, when we start losing some teeth, it's an unstoppable process. And every month we'll ship all this my care needs, like mouthwash, flossing, toothbrush, toothpaste, all this shipped to them directly. We made things very easy, peace of mind, always really delivering the more improvement, more values to people's life. And that has been the way I think. How can I improve people's life with my skills in the dental industry?
Absolutely, and like I said, you're making it easy. I love the fact that you go to people's homes, and that makes it even better. But let me ask you another question. What do you see as your main challenge, or what do you see as the main challenge today in the marketplace?
Well, my company, mydentalweek.com, I would say the only dental tech in the market right now. Why? Because everything is set up through my Dental Week app. Right now, it's normally available on App Store and Google Play. Why? Because I made things so that you just need to, you go on, install the app, and everything works through the app. And this is about using the technologies, and that's a big change. And also having everything online, because it's not like, when I start doing this, people say, she's crazy. How can you get your teeth online? I said, it is. And I did it because when I moved from Paris to Los Angeles, I had my store in downtown LA, 5 minutes from Los Angeles City Hall. And I was paying back then like $2,000 per month minimum for my rent. And I said, well, Facebook doesn't have any store. Instagram doesn't have a store. Amazon doesn't. And why am I paying this? I need to think and set up my business, everything online. And today, this is it. Everything is online. So, and I made it so that just a little 10 by 10 facility will be able for the dental wig technologists to make the dental wig. And everything, payment, all these handle, look at like how Airbnb works. And I did it because I wanted to know how it works. I went and I became Uber driver for 2 weeks. And see how Uber apps works on the side as a driver because I was I was a rider. And then I did the same with Lyft. And I did the same with Airbnb. You see, being host and guest, I have to see how it works. And I said to my IT guy, this is what I want. Because back then, the app was on App Store and Google Play. But just like, and he told me, what do you need? I said, I don't know exactly what I need. Let me figure out. Then I went out and did all this to see how it works. And today, everything is online. So the upgraded version of mydentalweek.com app is coming up very soon. And it's will be very, very easy. You're booking your appointment, canceling your appointment, chatting with your Dental Week technologist in your area, everything will be fluid. That's the challenge, being able to transform your company completely digital. See what we're doing, you and myself are doing right now. You are from your, I believe, your house. I'm from my house. That's it.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'm in South Africa at the moment, and you're in Los Angeles.
And with this coronavirus, we are safe at home, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I said right at the beginning of this podcast, right, that you're an amazing woman, and I wasn't lying when I said that. And you just ticked another box when you said that. You're like, oh, I need to know how Uber works. I need to know how the app works. Oh, I know. I'll become an Uber driver. Who would even think about doing something like that? That's amazing.
Yeah, for me, it was obvious that was. And by the way, I'm very lucky. Not lucky. I made my choice to be in Los Angeles. I'm here in California with all these companies, so it's not by accident. I say if these guys can achieve this type of result, I can do it. Because this field of California, it's what it is. It's let's grow imagination, invention, whatever you want to realize. When you walk here outside, you can feel that power of giving you the opportunity to become what you want. And I selected Los Angeles instead of San Francisco because Los Angeles is where you have celebrities. And it's important too in our success. It's not just about business. I love the celebrities part also. How to combine all this, only in Los Angeles it can happen. That's why I'm here, and I love to be here.
And interesting enough, I'm not going to go into this on my side of things, but I'm glad you picked up on the celebrity thing, because one of the things I teach people, especially when we're doing the Instagram things and the LinkedIn and that, is to talk about the movers and shakers and celebrities. And to say, I tell people, if you want to get like a celebrity involved with you, talk to them, because they will talk back to you. And people they seem to have this taboo thing about speaking to celebrities. It's really strange. And I've actually had conversations with, I'm going to throw names here. I'm sorry. I'm going to throw names. I've actually had conversations with Mark Hamill, who plays Luke Skywalker in Star Wars on Twitter, and I just contacted him and just started talking to him, and he's very open about the conversation. So what you do in the celebrities is great. And I think that actually takes us into the next question I've got for you as well, which is this. You know where I'm going to go with this one. HNW galas. Tell me about that.
Yeah, the gala, it's HNW, it's high net worth, and I is individual. So basically, the City Gala, I was asked last year to become a City Gala, City Summit Ambassador. And when I look at the profile of what the guy did, and I found out it was only about celebrities, Los Angeles celebrities, American celebrities, some other celebrities like Sir Rick Branson, I look at those videos. You have Sir Rick Branson, you have Halle Berry, Quincy Jones, Didi, all these plus billionaires like Shark Tank guy, Robert Herjavec. I said billionaires like Paul Mitchell, the founder of Paul Mitchell, all this, John Travolta, you name them. And I said, well, I'm selling 85 investor visa, which is $1.8 million. This is my place where I have to be. And I was really blessed that the founder, Ryan Long, asked to become an ambassador, which I really accepted with all my honor. I was really honored. So we had that big event in February, 7, 8, 9, 2020, last month. It was epic. We have this gala in Hollywood, and the celebrity guest was Demi Moore. So, the room was filled with billionaires, and you can feel it, those, because celebrities, they show up with their bodyguard, with all their protections. The place where we had the event, we hold the event itself has its own protection. The event organizer has its own protection. So those billionaires, they have their own protection, their bodyguards. So, and it's a room really filled with wealthy people and all entrepreneurs. And the purpose of this is to really connect entrepreneurs, together. And so the event ended on February 9th. So the week after that, we start connecting for feedback, and we plan to have our meeting to meet together to really talk about what happened to the event, and what next. When suddenly we heard that the founder just got into a horrific car accident and he's in the coma. And that was in February 17th. And his name, Ryan Long. And we, on Facebook, all social media platforms, we were sending prayers to him, to get out of this. And unfortunately, he passed away on March 2nd. He was buried yesterday. It's
sure.
heartbreaking for us. We are he's the founder. He's a guy in all his career, he was just 41. The accident happened few days before his birthday. His birthday was February 26th, and we were planning to get another high net worth party for his birthday in Beverly Hills. It didn't happen. So we are orphans. Ryan Long was buried yesterday, but the CEO said that we will uphold his legacy.
Yeah.
So we are waiting for what is going to be next. We don't know yet. It's what it is.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. That's such a shocker. What do you consider to be, some of your key challenge around these galas in yourself? What do you think is the biggest challenge you come across?
The challenge is always about making sure that the people that you bring on the table, they get full satisfaction. So basically, as an ambassador, I was the eyes, the ears, and the mouth of City Summit, City Gala, and mostly City. I was really focusing on City Gala. So I had contact people willing all over the world, India, Europe, all this, and a lot of them, they couldn't show up because of either travel ban or they didn't have enough time to get their U.S. visa. Some people, they got their appointment to get the U.S. for their U.S. visa in their country on February 11th, while the events were already over. So that was the the big challenge with all the regulatory aspect, the travel ban, and now we have the restriction, with travel. And basically, I promised them that I will do my best to get back to them by the end of this year, which is December, so that we can start the process earlier in order for them to get their U.S. visa so they can attend the event. Because the event normally was happening the night of the Oscar, which is, it was already on the website, City Gala 2021. The date was already there because it's the night of the Oscar. So I was planning all that, and suddenly Ryan Long is no longer here. It's so hard, so hard.
Yeah.
So how we deal with that, I posted yesterday, even with the coronavirus here, with the national emergency, I didn't attend the funerals, because we have to avoid to be a lot of people in the same room. Can you imagine? Yeah. But basically, I think there will be a big funeral when all these coronavirus will be over, because all these people living outside, like Sir Rick Branson, 100%, he would like to be there because he's part of his team. He's part of those people who helped, who attended Ryan's event. All these people, these celebrities, they don't even live in Los Angeles, like they live like maybe East Coast, and they travel. And now with travel restriction, almost nothing was possible. Yeah, and this is part of challenges about businesses. I have people, last night, a guy from India, he said, Lydie, how can I do for EB5? Now I have a person who is ready. I said, the great thing is that I did everything possible online. So at least he can start his process online.
Right, yeah.
And why everything is going on, because the government, the work here, people are going to work. It's just that you need to be very, very careful. It's forbidden to be in a group of people. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And some people are working at home. And this coronavirus is making people think about making their business totally remote, totally online, which is good. I mean, it's my way to see this coronavirus, the challenge here, for those who were not prepared,
Yeah, and the thing is, this coronavirus has hit so many businesses. I know the SMEs here in South Africa and in the UK are really suffering at the moment because of it. But as you said, it's also an opportunity for businesses to think, how can I survive things like this in the future? And sometimes it takes something this big for a business to sit back and go, oh, okay, look, I wasn't expecting this, so what do I need to do? I know it's a bit of a knee-jerk reaction with some companies, and a lot of companies have already got that in place, like yourself. And I was having this conversation with someone a couple of days ago, and they said, Mark, you do a lot of your work online. And I said, that's correct. And I said, do you never go and see your customers? And I said, I probably only see about 1% of my customers face-to-face, 1% of my customers. I'm not talking online, I'm talking physically face-to-face, about 1%. I said, and if you actually look at my client base, I said, 60 to 70% of my client base, I've never ever met those clients. I talk to them, certainly, but I've never met them. And the reason is I don't need to, This is the thing. I have to ask you this question. I mean, you've been talking about celebrities, and you dropped some names in there, which I was really pleased of. But I need to ask this question. Is there any person in particular in the world of celebrities that you would love to be at your galas?
Say, other person where?
If you had one person, someone said, who would you love to have at your galas? Which celebrity in the world? Who would it be?
Well, there are many people. I told you that first of all, I'm a female, right? And black female. And in this industry of looking good, because teeth, smile is about how you're improving your physical looking. I would love to have somebody like Rihanna as one of my endorsements, because I love what she does. And she's very involved right now in Africa, which for me means a lot. Even though I am international person, but it means a lot to me. I would love our former governor, Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Yes, Arnold Schwarzenegger to represent male. Why? Because he's European. He came here with nothing. Like Rihanna. I love these people because they came here with nothing. And today they are extremely successful. These are people that I would love to have with them. But it doesn't mean that I won't love having Quincy Jones or Oprah or, you see what I mean? The more you have, the better it is, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Even Donald Trump, the President Trump. If I can have it as endorsement, or his wife, or former President Barack Obama, or his wife, Michelle, it's all about those people who created values to others. I'm there for. If they can help me, we can do this. Help me help other people. Oh my gosh, I will say, come and get it. I will say thank you. Yeah.
Absolutely. So there's some names that's been dropped there. Anyone who's listening into this podcast, I'm sure if anyone's got any contacts there, I'm going to put them your way. And who knows? Who knows what comes from? My father always said to me, you don't get unless you ask, eh? You never get unless you ask. Let me ask you a couple more questions for you. What or who is your ideal referral?
I do wait.
Ideal referral.
Oh, referral is a little bit tricky.
Yeah.
Because you really need to make sure you know both sides, right?
Yes.
The person you want to refer and the person you are referring to.
Correct,
Making sure that nobody is going to come here and burn all the work I did. So I'm very picky about referral because I want first to understand what do you need and know who you are, how, because some people, they are great in sabotaging their own life. You see what I mean?
Right.
You will build a strong bridge between you and somebody, and when it's time to refer, that person will come and just burn the bridge. So I'm very, very picky. I always say, tell me what you need first. And based on your need and who you are, I will let you know if I can or I cannot. If I'll tell you, you know what, I can't do it because of A, B, C, D, period.
Yeah.
And if I can do it, I'll find somebody that I know can help. I'll do it. I can bridge. But I even make people get married. Yeah, because I knew those two people, and I put them together, and it's over 30 years now, and the marriage is still going on. It's about really knowing both sides. I just can't pull and just say, oh, this is the name. No, because it's about trust, about how people handle adversity. You don't want somebody who's going to come and cry all the time to your person because maybe it's not what they're looking for. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, yeah. So last two questions I've got for you. One, I always ask people because I feel that we touched on the online stuff earlier on. How important has social media been in your business? How is it? We know how it's played, but how important is it for you?
Oh, yeah, it is. Right now, besides the EB-5 investor visa, I'm on the A seed round of seeking $5 million to really bring my business to the next level. What happened was that we did advertising on social media, especially Facebook. Oh my gosh, we have thousands of people asking nationwide, Lydie, when are you coming in my zip code? And we were asking, what's your zip code? This is on Messenger. This is my zip code. We have thousands of people. So we paused everything because I couldn't deliver. And this is something crucial in the business. Instead of trying to serve your customer halfway, just pause and go find money so you can really make their life easy. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Social media is crucial when you really know how you target your customers. I'm a little bit lucky because my main business of missing teeth is for people from 18 to 120. You see what I mean?
Okay, you're right, yeah.
Exactly. In America, we have 178 million people missing at least one tooth. And
Okay.
people have two jaws. So the market is there, and all of them, they are on social media. And even with the elderly people who are not on social media, their children are. We often receive phone calls from lawyers say, "Oh, Lydie, can you help my mom? She's in a assisting living home in 20 miles from here." You see things like that.
Yeah.
And this is the power of social media. Oh, it's obviously a great tool to advertise. Absolutely.
So what I'm going to do in the podcast, in the links, I will put in your LinkedIn account, your websites. You're on Instagram, I notice as well, and I know you're on Facebook. So I've got all your links, so I will be putting them all out for you, okay? I'll be pushing them. My last question for you, very quickly, is this. What is your key to success?
My key to success, two things. First thing, improve customers' experience. Make customers' life easy, because there are already so many problems in the planet. If you can't solve this, second, don't give up. Don't give up. It's that simple.
Excellent. Lydie, you're the most amazing woman, and I say it again and again and again. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, my darling. It really has. Hopefully we can do more. Is there anything else you want to finish off with before we finish?
Yes, I have one question for you.
Okay. Oh, okay,
Very
fine.
quick.
Go on.
Oh, yeah. You are in South Africa. If you can find a way for me to get 60 seconds on a national TV, interview live, please, I will appreciate it, because what I'm doing is great. People want to come in America and live that American dream. People want to do things. 1 minute of interview in the national TV in South Africa, I would love it.
Okay, I see what I can do, and as soon as I get something, I will definitely pass it over to you.
Okay, sounds good. And for everybody, thank you so much for listening or watching. You have all my contact on LinkedIn, Lydie Livolsi on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. Follow me, send me a message. I will be more than happy to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lydie.
And thank you, Mark, from